I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to do some bleaching. I really need to start this video though by saying thank you. Thank you so much. All of you that showed up on the community page and was just so supportive and for sharing your stories of just how you get through it. It's because of all of you that I got up the next morning and I was like a Daft Punk song. I'm gonna try to be better, faster, harder, stronger. I don't know if I'm allowed to sing on here. I'm not sure how far the YouTube guidelines go. So I decided to just get up, shake it off, and come back trying even harder. So originally I was going to cut, bleach, and color my own hair, but I decided we're so close to July and I have a lot of big surprises coming up for you guys. Like even in my bleach video, I got some new stuff that we're going to do. So I almost forgot in all the commotion that I didn't get to use the Medusa's hair dye that they sent yet. Like we swatched it out, but I haven't done a hair transformation with it yet. So we're going to go ahead and bleach my wig with my favorite bleach, BLONDME from Schwarzkopf. As you guys know, I am a mother and my youngest daughter is actually nonverbal. So her sleep schedule and honestly just everything about having a 3.5-year-old, you know, regardless of that, I think is just kind of just this total beautiful chaos of energy. But you know, with my health problems and just other things, no matter how much of a schedule we try to have, just, you know, life doesn't work out that way. So I have been having to record at really like random times, but you know, this is my happy place. This is my therapy and just absolutely love hanging out with all of you. So we're going to push through and we're going to just get it done when we can, right? It's about what you can do, not what you can't. Make my own rules. Here is our BLONDME. Super pumped about that. I already opened it, obviously, like I said. And then, of course, their developer. I have a 20 volume. And spoiler, we do run through using their 30 volume as well. Just so you guys know, when I bleach my own hair, or at least my own roots, I use their 7 volume. And, well, I'm wearing a wig right now, but you'll probably see later on in the video. My roots are quite dark. And so that's what I normally do. This video is a perfect example of why you want to strand test. Whether you are working in a salon, or you're at home, whatever. Don't do what I do in this video and not do a strand test. Just because it's on a wig, and even if it doesn't matter if it messes up or not, what can happen besides obviously hair loss, breakage, things like that, what can also happen is you're just plain wasting your product. I know that a lot of us don't have time and we just want to rush through it, but my biggest tips from this video today would be always strand test, even if it's not bleach. You never know what you're allergic to. I know I'm guilty of it with hair dyes and stuff, but even semi-permanent hair dyes that don't have developer do have certain chemicals. So it's just better to be careful. Not that anyone's probably going to listen, but you know, I just feel like I should say it anyways. Also, if you do go to a salon to get any kind of service done, try not to like lie. If you use, you know, a certain kind of box dye or something, just try to be really open about it. Like, I know that you might not be able to get what you want done there. But even knowing like all the knowledge, like of your own hair, even knowing everything I've done to my hair, there's still a chance that when you mix certain chemicals, bad things can happen. So just thought this would be a good PSA video, as you're going to see on why you should strand test. And another big tip I would say is when you do strand test, just put it somewhere that's not noticeable, behind your ear, things like that. So the hair that we're going to do today is the darkest wig I've bought on this channel so far. I'll link what products I can or any hair tools that I'm using down below in case you want to check those out. If there's anything I missed that you see, just go ahead and comment. All right, let's go do some hair therapy. It's me. All right, so I got this 26-inch body wave wig off of Temu that is supposedly 100% human hair, 250% density. It's got this band in here because it's supposed to be glueless, easy to wear, can be straightened, curled, dyed, bleached, no tangle, no shedding, soft, healthy, neat. And I'm totally feeling it. I'm loving it. I'm loving the color. So I'm going to go ahead and wash it with my Bond Bar, and here's it after. This is the most natural colored hair I think we've had on this channel so far. So I just let this air dry, and then here's these COLORTRAK clips. I love these. You can use them to section, brush out the hair. I'm just showing you like an example here. You can take piece by piece after you brush it and like put them up in there. So that way you can work quicker and cleaner. I just love them. So to me, this was like a really like black brown wig. And then I also have these combs. I'll link all this below. They're supposed to be heat resistant up to, I can't remember how many degrees. I'm just showing you a little tip here. When you're pre-sectioning, you can use like the little arcs on your comb to kind of measure So you're not stressing out about if they're all even. So I like to use water to make things a little less messy when I'm sectioning everything out. You guys kept saying to try this WHISKS leave-in conditioner, and look at how beautiful it works on this. I'll show you, I run into like a big snarl after I'm done braiding. Look at this. And I'm like, okay, I'll try a little bit. And it just brushed right out. Look at that. So I'm sold. Definitely going to try that on my hair and my daughter's hair. So I have this all sectioned out kind of like I would a haircut. I braided the very underneath. I clipped up the very top because I'm only planning on bleaching in between in the back there. Oh, we have a little moth instead of a butterfly. Instead of a fly today. This is a SALONCARE like extra large brush. I haven't used one of these before. It's a little bit soft, but I don't need too exact of placement. I'm not doing roots, so I think that this will work nice. These were last second buy. I needed foils, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't even bother personally getting to know these. Did not enjoy them. 0 out of 0 stars. Yeah, these are like really thin. Okay. And these are just some gloves I got off Amazon. I love the color. They match my light. Here's our BLONDME 9+ bleach powder. Brand new, not opened. It's got the bonders in there. I like to use 7 volume on my hair, but today I'm going to use 20 volume with a 1:1.5 ratio, just because this hair is so dark and there's no heat from the scalp and just different things like that. And check into your bleaches, because there's so many different kinds that can be open air and foils. So I put a little bit of bleach on the foil before I placed it down, and then I just went ahead, applied it, brushed it through, and applied it again, just kind of feathering it on. I'm bleaching this for a creative color placement with semi-permanent hair dyes, so I'm trying to make it a little bit alternative, a little bit funky placement. But still kind of give it a nice blend, you know. Because it's a wig, I didn't want to go all the way up to the roots with that. Otherwise, I probably would have, to be honest, but I didn't see the point. It's going to be so hidden. I just wanted the colors to pop through when I curl it. So yeah, going with that 20 volume all the way around, applying it, blending it, combing through, and then reapplying it all the way to the ends there. Picking and choosing my placement, trying to, you know, picture the color I want to put later. Here's where I notice something's wrong. I keep going with it, but I'm like, the bleach doesn't seem to be really clinging to the hair. But at this point, I've come so far, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to really work it in. Really use all the skills that I've acquired over time and just do my very best, you know, as if this was a real client with me. But obviously it's not, because I didn't do a strand test. Beware of flying bleach. It's really hot where I live, and so I think that the bleach did start to swell a little bit as I went along, but I do mix fresh bleach here in between. So yeah, really trying to work with these foils. I couldn't stand them, to be honest with you. That's why I'm kind of going back and forth, hand painting and then using those. I did start with the balayage board, but like I said, it just wasn't working with these foils. It's just me inspecting the hair and the integrity. It seems fine, but I could still tell that something was off at this point. That's when I decided to go ahead and check from the beginning and see if we'd made any progress, and I'm just not seeing anything. Look at that. Terrible. So that's at 31 minutes, and so I decide I'm going to go 30 volume in the front. Pick it up a notch, really thin sections, and just laying them right on top of each other. Blending it in, committed to the process. You're gonna see me use a towel there to wipe my hands before I put the next piece of hair down. It's so helpful to always have towels with you so you can just work clean. Makes it so much quicker, results are better. So at this point, I'm hoping that 30 volume in the front will kick up. This is where I decide to just continue with that fresh 30 volume to the back parts that I didn't finish yet, because this is where our lightning is so far. And I'm like, no, this is not gonna work. Look at that. So I have all kinds of thoughts running through my head. Look at, oh, it's just, that one is way lighter though, but still. It's only lightening that one section, not even the rest of the hair. So this is where I'm going to just remove the bleach off of, just like those couple there. Put a little bit more of 30 volume over that, because it's already been, yeah, at 48 minutes at that point. So now I'm going to finish up the other side of the back with the 30 volume that I put in the front. I wasn't seeing any breakage at this point, so I wasn't too concerned. I just figured, well, I better put the 30 volume to try and make sure everything matches up at least. Even if it doesn't lighten a lot, I wanted it to match. I just want to say before we get into the results that I was looking at this wig and I realized that we've done like 3 different transformations on this thing. I'll link some of the videos below of what this used to be. It was like a Reese's Pieces color, and then I think we had like green, or I don't even know. It's been fun. The fly is back. Here's what we're gonna do. you know, all this bleaching just completely wrecked my back. I'm actually going in to get my back shots on like this Friday. So after that, I'll be able to hopefully do a little bit more. But yeah, this just wrecked me. So make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss the final results. But basically, we're going to use Medusa's hair dye to make this look stunning. Like, I still have high hopes for this wig, but I am just so bummed out about the lies. The lies in the description on this. So let's bring her over. Now I am leaving it sectioned. I'm not putting it on my head because I'm going to be dyeing it. I just have to kind of think about what I want to do yet. If you want to go ahead and guess what I'm going to do below, but the video will be literally up in just a few days. So like I said, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you are subscribed for whatever, just keep an eye out because you are going to see the results of this fairly quickly. That's why I didn't want to take the sectioning out. So here she is. Say hi. So personally, I am just so glad that at least the bangs lifted. I could have kept getting these lighter, but yeah, look at this with the 30 volume. So I am just so peeved though at those foils, like never again. I'm not using the rest of them. That's what I get for just trying to use my gift card from Sally's and just assuming that it worked good because it was from Sally's. Obviously, I should know with bleach that you don't just grab whatever. But yeah, I thought for foils it would be fine and it was not. I just want to make this really clear. It is not the bleach. Today was not a bleach issue. I have used BLONDME on super dark hair like this, on swatches and things like that, on myself, on others. I have used 30 volume like for science for you guys. So, you know, go check back in my videos. I have it comparing the 30 and the 20 volume and double applications and all that stuff. So it's not the bleach. It was because on the wig description, it said it was 100% human hair. And it even said in big letters, bleach it. It said I could bleach it. So I just thought that even if there was some synthetic still in there, because, you know, it is off Tamo or whatever, I thought it would still be doable. But yeah, it went really honestly decent up here, though I think I could have gotten better results on the first bleach. Like, don't expect your hair to go completely blonde in one bleaching for something like this. I knew it would have had to have been 2 applications, but I didn't see the point in doing a second application knowing that what the back turned out like. So this is actually going to work just fine. If anything, in the next video, I might just add a little bit more bleach on the end here, but I don't think I need to lighten this. I think this looks super cool. I am the one that's going to be wearing it, so I think this is neat. We can do like some curtain bangs. For me, the bangs came out super sick. She's happy. It's going to look super awesome down. Remember, I still have this top section clipped up and the bottom one braided. So all the bleaching that I did here was in the middle. So luckily I can hide it. But just picture if this was your hair and you didn't do a strand test. Like, first of all, I wasted so much product. You guys, you saw. I applied that bleach like all the way through, and this is all that lightened. And this is why it's important if you go to a salon, you tell them the truth, because this almost mimics if someone told me. It even said that this was virgin hair, by the way. So I was like, okay, going in with virgin hair. I should have at least gotten this, you know, to an orangey color. And then I would have either, depending on that, done another process, or if it was the color, if the color was fine for what I was going to do, go from there. You don't have to get platinum blonde. You don't need to try to bleach your hair straight to white regardless. That's what toners are for. But also, if you're going to use colors that have like yellow or pink or just certain things, or even if you're dyeing your hair red, you don't need to get it. In fact, getting it that light would be not helpful for you. You would need, you know, some kind of filler. You know what I'm trying to say. So I am glad, though, that this was somewhere where you can't see it, but it just barely did anything. You can just see that light brown going through. And I'll get you guys up close so you can see the damage. It does have breakage. And it's so hard because you can see the front. I wouldn't have known I could do the bangs, though, doing the strand test. But I really wish I would have at least just taken the time and done one piece. I could have seen the breakage. And then maybe, you know, just gone from there. So bummer on that. So yeah, so this is the only lightening that it did. It's not that it's not a pretty color per se. It's like a brown. But look at the breakage that it caused here. Look at this. Snapped right off. So I want you guys to get an up close look at the damage here. And I did leave this on the full time. I left this on The full processing time for BLONDME is about 45 minutes. So honestly, always read your manufacturer's instructions. All bleach is different. This has bonders already inside of it. And I honestly even used a little bit of my K18 on this just to try to save it, which it did, because it was just melting and snapping when it was wet. So much of its breakage. It didn't lighten it enough for when I put color over this. Well, maybe. Too bad there wasn't like another layer down here light, because then it would look more like intentional. So like I said, there's hair under this and hair that's going to go over this. I'm not sure if I want to put black over that to blend that back in and just work on the bangs a little more or what. But either way, in the next video, she's going to look stunning and I'll actually put it on and style it. So I'll show you guys a little bit more up close of the damage, and then I'll show you this color out in the sun. Basically, walking away from this, strand test, get foils that you know are going to like be able to retain heat and that are thick enough and not going to rip and tear and be a big pain. Because that's really going to help keep that heat in. And also think about like how fast you move when you're doing these kinds of things. If you're going to do big sections of bleach like I was trying to do, you could start with like a lower volume in the back, and then once you get up towards the front, you could go ahead and do a volume that's a little bit faster. And then come back through, check the back, see if you need to wipe any of the bleach off and like add any more. So it's just things like that to really think about. But yeah, there was no saving this. I'm not really sure what to say about this wig because like I said, I washed it, I did all the right things. Tell me what I might be missing here, or is it just a bad description? And like I said, the only thing I'm bummed about is that was like a real big waste of my bleach. So obviously I would have done a strand test if it was a regular person. So remember, you can always head over to my Instagram. It's linked down below and in my bio in case you want to say hey, send me pictures of your hair, whatever. Much love, everybody. Bye.